Welcome. We continue with Part 1, Lesson 3, the deficit model and the righting reflex in healthcare. I'm your instructor, Nicholas Cohen. We described so far that unhealthy behaviors are common and that they are the leading cause of preventable death in the U.S. We said that behavior change is hard and that most people who need to make a change are ambivalent about it. They have both change talk and sustain talk members arguing on their internal committee. We asked, is healthcare able to help us? Because healthcare providers see patients with unhealthy behaviors, and because behaviors are so important to our health, providers are frequently trying to help people change. Are they helpful? Think about your own behavior. If you smoke, has a healthcare provider ever talked to you about your smoking? If you're overweight, has a healthcare provider ever talked to you about that? What happened? More than likely, if you had this experience, you are likely told about the consequences that are likely to occur if you don't change. You may have been offered advice for how to change. This describes the traditional healthcare approach, also referred to as the deficit model, where providers probe for deficits, look for what's wrong, and offer or provide what's missing. And this tendency to identify problems and provide solutions is referred to as the righting reflex, to set people on the right course, to get out in front of them and warn them to take a different path. And the approach makes sense from a historical perspective. At the beginning of the 20th century, infectious diseases were the leading cause of death worldwide. In the United States, three diseases, tuberculosis, pneumonia, and diarrhea, caused 30% of deaths. In that period, physicians could best improve mortality by a deficit model, finding out the cause of the infection, providing the right antibiotics. But by the end of the 20th century, in most of the developed world, mortality from infectious diseases has been replaced by mortality from chronic illnesses such as heart disease, cancer, and stroke. And while infections can be prevented by vaccines and cured with antibiotics, behavior change is at the heart of prevention and treatment of chronic conditions. Will telling someone who is obese to lose weight work as well as telling someone with pneumonia to take antibiotics? We consider the answer to that question in the next chapter.